The common take about Looksmaxxing is that it's harmful to men's mental health. However, I think the exact opposite. I think Looksmaxxing, or more broadly, the concept that looks are very determining of your life outcome, is actually pretty good for your mental health. And the reason why I think this is it kind of takes off a lot of the stress that you have day to day when you second guess every little thing about your personality, how you talk, how you dress, how you position your body. You kind of don't really need to worry about it that much, as opposed to something much more easy to control, which is your looks. And if you think about like the general like default, worldview that a man has, there's so much psychic energy that's put into worrying about things that just don't really matter. Things like body language, how you dress, how long it takes for you to text back to a girl. Like all of this shit that we get told in the manosphere to be like super fucking important, I think is way worse for a man's mental health than simply understanding what a good canthal tilt is. I think this is way more psychologically draining than anything I talk about. Like, as men, we're always told that, our personality is the problem. Oh, it's your personality. Oh, everything that's not going right in your life is just due to your personality. It's just so ridiculous, especially with some of these like Tinder experiments that we've seen where, there's like a really attractive guy, like a 9 out of 10 guy, and in his bio it says that he like beat up his ex-girlfriend, and yet despite that this guy was getting like 100 matches a day, like 100 likes a day. Personality, schmertionality, like this doesn't really fucking matter, right? Like not to the degree at least that people want to claim, or at least like mainstream society wants to claim. When you understand that looks and the importance of looks is kind of the thing that is like repelling people from you or attracting people to you, it kind of just makes you relax a bit. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, this is just kind of out of my hands. I can do things to change my looks, but how people, or how the opposite gender responds to me, it is mostly kind of just taken out of my hands. So you don't really need to constantly worry about how long it takes for you to text back a girl, how long what kind of like aftershave you should wear. It's just like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not really the thing to worry about. And chances are, you watching this video, your personality's fine. Assuming you're not stealing, assaulting people, being an immoral person, your personality's probably fine. The reason why you're not doing well with women is due to a few millimeters of bone. And that is maddeningly simple. Like, that is maddeningly simple, right? Like, I think that's why it gets so much fucking pushback. Like, really, the difference between you and this guy in this Tinder experiment, that said in his bio that he, like, beat up his ex-girl, the difference is like bone mass, skin collagen, fat pads, so on and so forth. It's very simple, it's very simple, like meat and bone. The thing that's differentiating you from him is just meat and bone. A lot of people don't want to accept that because it's almost like too simple. It's almost like it's very annoyingly simple. As I've become like, consciously aware of the importance of looks, it's kind of made me, much more relaxed. When I go on a date with a girl, or before I even date a girl, she's already decided if I'm attractive enough that she wants to date and, sleep with, right? This has already been decided. So I don't really need to stress out about like the micro details of my body language or the things I talk about. Like, no, it's kind of already written in the stars, right? So like whether a woman is, repulsed or attracted to me has already been decided. So like you've already been rejected if that's going to happen, if that makes sense. And there's only like some real extreme cases where someone can really change their mind. Like, think about it from your perspective. If there was like a 9 out of 10 woman, like a woman that was insanely beautiful and like, whatever your preference, your niche preference is for what you find sexually attractive, this girl has that, what would it really take for her to say or do for you to just be like, get away from me? Like, it would take a lot. Like, what would she really need to say before you no longer found her physically attractive? Like, would she have to tell you that she ran over your dog? Yeah, I guess that would, like, turn you off. But, you got to really go out of your way to turn someone that is attracted to you to be unattractive. Like it's not really like it's kind of hard to fuck up, right? Like once you like look good enough that someone is going to want to, genuinely be attracted to you, you got to really put in a conscious effort to fuck that up. It's kind of like being in a race and being first place by like a huge fucking margin. Like unless you like trip over or like have an aneurysm or or something, you're winning that race, right? Like you're kind of good. And I think like having this knowledge kind of alleviates a lot of this psychic energy that every man like goes through, or like all of this second guessing about your personality, all of that. It's just kind of a load of bullshit. I've made videos about looksmaxxing and particular specific things that I have done to improve my looks, and you can go check that out on my Patreon. It's only like $5 a month. So if you want to support the channel, go do that.